Guys, please confirm to me. Hello, if you read my voice on screen, those are attending in online. Guys, am I audible? Please confirm to me. Hello, if you read my voice on screen, those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. Hello, if you read my voice on screen, those are attending in online. Am I audible? Guys, everybody, please respond to me. Hello, if you read my voice on screen, those are attending in online. Am I audible? Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Please confirm to me. Am I audible? Is my screen voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Please confirm to me. All of you got my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Right. అదే దీనికి ఇది ఉండాలి కదా అదే ఇది పెట్టలేదు అది అది పోతుంది ఇట్లా ఇది మూవ్ అవుతుంది కదా సరే ఇప్పుడు వదిలే రైట్ గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ గైస్ and check it in the last session just we completed the total overview of the core Java, what exactly the content we are going to understand. These concepts here we understood. Now, today we are going to understand the content like what there, Java history. That means today onwards we are going to start the core Java introduction part. In the core Java introduction part, what we are going to understand Java history, differences between Java and others, where other technologies, other programming languages are C and C++. Next one is Java features, Java naming conventions, Java programming format. These are all the concepts what we are having in the introduction part. Right, now coming to the Java history. So this is I'm giving clarity. This is not much important in the point of interviews, in the point of project development, but it is a responsibility for Java developers to understand what is the background story for Java programming language to introduce. Right. Now the point is what? For what purpose Java programming language was introduced by Sun Microsystems? That is a question. Now understand it. Sun Microsystems is a company. It has introduced Java programming language. Like Windows is an operating system. It was provided by Microsoft. Similarly, Oracle is a database that was provided by Oracle Corporation. Similarly, Java is a programming language that was provided by Sun Microsystems. Good. Now tell me, all of you now tell me, when officially Java programming language was introduced to the market, on which year? 1996. Perfect. Now observe carefully. In 1996, January 23rd, that first version of the Java was provided to the market. It means that the Java preparation the Java programming language creation or preparation was started before 1996. But when it was started? If we come for this point, in 1991, what's the year here? 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language. All of you understand it? In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language in order to create softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV, switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on and so on and so on. This is exactly the route to prepare new programming language. Understand it, guys, what I'm telling you now. In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language in order to create softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV, switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. This is exactly the requirement. Fine. Right, sir. For the above requirement, observe carefully. Sun Microsystems has gathered nearly 30 engineers as a team led by James Gosling and Patrick Nathan to prepare this new programming language. Sun Microsystems gathered nearly 30 engineers as a team led by two members. Who are the two members now? James Gosling and Patrick Nathan. So James Gosling is a key person initially, but the unfortunate thing is he was with Sun Microsystems up to Java 1.3, 1.4 version only. Later on, he left from Sun Microsystems. He went to some other company. Understand it clearly. But the second person, Patrick Nathan, is a crucial person, is the main pillar of the Sun Microsystems, who stayed with Sun Microsystems until the last minute of the Sun Microsystems. Means that Sun Microsystems was handed over to Oracle Corporation after Java 1.6 version. Up to the time, Patrick Nathan was stayed with Sun Microsystems only. Okay, fine. Again, we are going to understand the greatness of Patrick Nathan in the future. It's okay, fine. Now this is clearly like what they that environment what Sun Microsystems has created to prepare new programming language. To create new programming language, Sun Microsystems has started a project named Green. Sun Microsystems has started a project with the name Green. Project name is what there? Green. Okay. The total infrastructure is ready to create a new programming language. Now tell me, first of all, tell me, now we are at which year actually? And I'm not asking about like 2024. I'm asking about actual as per the history. Now we are started with what year actually? 1991. Assume it, we are at 1991. Now we are at 1991. Just we have the environment to create a new programming language. Just we have the environment to create what their new programming language. Right. Then after this, what next one here we have to understand. Before going to start to prepare new programming language, Sun Microsystems wants to define some features in the new programming language. Sun Microsystems wants to see some features in the new programming language on a paper plan. What features that Sun Microsystems wants to see on paper in new programming language? Observe carefully. Sun Microsystems wants to provide the following features in the new programming language. What features here? Observe carefully. The very first one is it should be a simple programming language. Why Sun Microsystem has taken the simple programming language feature as the first one? I'll give some reasons with you. The point is very clear. In 1991, the famous programming languages in outside are C, C++, of course Pascal. Right. The main problem with the C, C++, Pascal is somewhat difficult to prepare the applications. Easiness is not available. Simplicity is not available with the programming languages. So Sun Microsystems thought of it. They want to prepare a new programming language. It must be simpler than C programming language, C++, and the existed programming languages. By having this kind of thinking only, they introduced the feature in their new programming language is a simple programming language. Clear? Other reasons also I will give information to you. Don't worry for it. Simple. Next one is, other thing is what there, tight coded. The next one is what there, tight coded programming language. Simple programming language, tight coded programming language. Next one is architectural neutral programming language. Architectural neutral programming language. Mainly these three features that Sun Microsystems wants to see in their new programming language. Come again, what are the three features that Sun Microsystems wants to see on the new programming language? First one is simple programming language. Next one is tight coded. And the third one is what there, architectural neutral programming language. At least minimal information we have to understand. What is the meaning of simple? What is the meaning of tight coded? What is the meaning of architectural neutral? Understand it now. Now let's move on to the simple programming language. In the point of Sun Microsystems, what is simple programming language and how Sun Microsystems defines their new programming language is going to be a simple programming language. What the reason for the Sun Microsystems? But before going to understand this point, I'd like to ask one question to you. Try to answer for it. Not like a question, information. For example, all of you are sitting here. If I go to your parents, if I ask your parents, now tell me something about your child. What your parents are able to say? Every parent they are able to say, my child is innocent. Am I right or not? My child is innocent. Of course, you are too worst. But still, parents are saying that what? My child is innocent. Okay? And moreover, if I ask your parent, how can you say that your child is innocent? Tell me some reasons. No. Definitely they are able to give some reasons. Definitely they are able to give some reasons. They're able to say, he don't know how to survive in society. First point, everybody. Second one, if you are somewhat anger, then immediately your parents are saying that my child is a straightforward. He don't want to hide anything. Is a innocent at the same time straightforward. This kind of reasons we are able to get in general. Similarly, if we go to the C programming language vendor, tell me something about your programming language. They are saying that C programming language is a simple programming language. If I ask them, how can you say that simple programming language? They may give their own reasons. At the same time, if you go to C++ programming language vendor, if you ask them, tell me something about your programming language, they'll also be saying that my programming language is simple. Tell me some reasons. They might be given their own reasons. But the reasons which are provided by C vendor and the reasons which are provided by C++ vendor, both are not same. Different reasons. Definitely, they're having their own reasons of saying that their programming languages are simple programming languages. Similarly, if you go to Sun Microsystems, if you ask to Sun Microsystems, tell me something about your programming language, the very first point what Sun Microsystems is able to give, my Java programming language is what the simple programming language. But tell me, what are the reasons for it? Sun Microsystems is able to give its own set of reasons. As a common person, come outside of this entire environment, just think about all programming languages. Everybody they are saying that simple, simple, simple. Just like your parents are saying you are innocent. But if I come outside, if I observe your faces now, then what is going to be happen? Of course, I have a set of rules and regulations to decide you are good or you are not good like this. I have some reasons. But in outside, in programming languages point of no standard criteria is available to decide whether a programming language is simple or not. We don't have any standard criteria or no third party organization is available to decide whether a programming language is simple or not. But what we have to do when we are thinking about C programming language, if you want to believe that C programming language is simple, just simply you have to listen what C vendors have given the reasons about the simple programming language. If you are thinking about C++, if you want to decide that C++ is a simple programming language, just listen what C++ vendor has given about the C++ programming language is simple. Similarly, if you want to believe Java is a simple programming language, we don't have any standard criteria in outside. Just we have to listen what Sun Microsystems has given the reasons about to say their programming language is a simple programming language. Now I'm going to talk what Sun Microsystems has given the reasons about to say their programming language is going to be simple programming language. What exactly the reasons that Sun Microsystems has given? If you think about it, now the reasons are very simple. Try to understand it clearly. The very first one is what there. The very first one is what there. Lesser execution time and less execution time. First one. The very first one is what there. Less execution time. Next one is what there. Less memory. The second one is what there. Less memory. And the third one is what there. Less power consumption. Don't feel fun by seeing this third reason, but I'll give some reason. Even initially myself also thought of it. Arey yaar, what is the difference? What is the relation between programming language and power consumption? I thought like that, the same thing. Whatever the question we are having now, same question I had there. But after understanding that reason, I thought of it. I believed it. Okay, definitely some relation is available. I'll talk about it. Don't worry for it. Let's move on to the simple programming language. Lesser execution time, less memory. Then what next one get? Less power consumption. These many reasons are available to say their programming language is what they're a simple programming language. Good. Understand it clearly. Let's move on to the point related to less execution time. What is the meaning of this less execution time now? Listen carefully. For example, listen, one simple example I'm telling you, understand it now. For example, one fine day, I'm watching a football match in a TV. I'm watching a football match. The match is going on in between Brazil and Argentina. Both the teams are good, playing okay, fine. Getting boring, just I'm watching that football match. All of a sudden, my friend made a call to me. Just he asked to me casually, then what you are doing now? I replied to him, just I'm watching a football match. Then immediately he said to me, Arey fool, why you are watching that football match? In other channel, in a Star Sports channel, there is a cricket match between India and Pakistan. Already Pakistan were batted. They had nearly 321 runs. Indians were already started their batting. Almost they came to the 50th over of the match. 300 runs already they got. In the last over, 21 runs India has to get to win the match. At one side, crease Dhoni is there, MS Dhoni. At other side, crease Ishant Sharma is there. So these two are playing. No, in crease Dhoni is going on. Is ready to play last over. You're full, you're watching football match, then there the tight match is going on, immediately try to watch that cricket match. Then as per my friend's information, I got some kind of crazy on this cricket match. Just immediately I want to watch that cricket match. At least last over, I want to watch it. Immediately I've taken my remote controller. I know that number for the Star Sports 2. There 7-2 is a number on my remote controller. Just I press 7-2 on my remote controller by showing the TV set. Unfortunately, what happened? Immediately, channel was not changed. It took some time. After some minutes of time, that channel was changed in the TV set. The moment when the channel was changed in the TV set, when I observed the status of the match, unfortunately, what happened, what is going on, the man of the match presentation is going on. I lost even that last over. Man of the match presentation is going on. I was disappointed. At least I want to watch that last over of the match. But it was not happened. Then man of the match presentation is going on. MS Dhoni is taking man of the match. He got nearly 91 runs. The last over continuously hit the sixes. Finally, India won the match. In this entire story, where is the problem? Now tell me. That problem with me? Is the problem with me watching football match? There is a problem with my friend giving late intimation to me? Or is the problem with my TV set? No. Is there a problem with my remote controller? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. On time I clicked 702 numbers on my remote controller. But the program which is available in the remote controller, has not executed properly. The program was executed with a delay. Slow execution is going on. It took nearly minutes of time. That's why the channel switching is taking some time. Because of that reason, my requirement is not satisfied. Understand it clearly. When I click on 7 on my remote controller, internally one program must be executed. That program is executed. The program was executed with a bit delay. There's a problem. Slow execution is going on. When slow execution is going on, that output, that action will be taken, that action will take more time. When that action is taking more time, automatically performance of the remote controller is totally down or not? The performance of the remote controller is totally down or not? Once its performance is down, as a customer, is it possible for me to take again the same remote controller in the next minute? I have to throw this remote control in outside of the gate or not? Definitely we are going to do this. So here the point is what we have to recognize now, when execution time is more, performance of the end product will be less. When execution time is less, performance of the end product will be more. What we are expecting, performance of the end product is a low performance or high performance. What we are expecting, always we are expecting better performance or not? Always we are expecting more performance or not? If you want to see more performance in our end product, what execution time we are expecting in our program there? Is that less execution time or more execution time? No, definitely less execution time. If the program execution time is less, performance will be more. If the program execution time is more, performance will be less. Because of this reason only, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their programming language as a simple programming language. In that simple programming language, Sun Microsystems wants to make their programming language to take lesser execution time. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It must take lesser execution time over its applications execution. Right. Now the point here, what I'm telling to you, less execution time to improve the applications performance. Your applications are end products performance. Both are same here. We can understand it clearly. That's it, sir. Now this is the first reason what you are having about like what their simple programming language. Come on, once again now tell me, what is the meaning of less execution time? Less execution time in the sense more performance. More execution time in the sense less performance. Think of it. In 1991, C programming language is available. C programming language is taking more execution time. It provides less performance. By having this kind of thought, Sun Microsystems wants to provide less execution time and to provide what their more performance. Clear. Let's move to the second point here. Less memory. Understand it, no? All of you observe carefully. For example, I'm taking Java classes, especially full stack Java classes I'm taking. Okay, full stack Java classes here I'm taking. For the sake of my full stack Java applications, already I have one computer previously. That is an outdated one, i3 processor. I thought of it. It is not suitable for me at present for my classroom teaching or maybe application development. So I want to buy a new computer, a new laptop I want to buy. I went to the computer shop. When I entered in the computer shop, maybe the computer shop representative came to me, he asked to me, tell me, sir, what we have to do. I said to him, just I want to buy a computer, I want to buy a laptop. Can you please give a quotation, basic quotation to me? He has taken that quotation paper, and that quotation paper he has given the details of this total laptop. What details are in general? Maybe motherboard, hard disk, RAM, like all these details, some warranty, hardware related information, then everything he has given there. Okay, fine. Every detail, okay, fine. I understood it. It's very clear. Very good. Finally, observe it. The cost of the computer is a 50,000. The cost of the computer is what there? 50,000. I've taken the quotation paper there. I observed why the cost of the laptop is 50,000. What components he has included, what components he has included. Mainly, I'm thinking RAM. I required more RAM. Why? Because if you want to speed up your program execution, definitely you require what there? RAM, more RAM. If you put more RAM, automatically speed is going to be increased in our system. So I'm checking that how much RAM they maintained in that quotation paper. I found that he was included only 8 GB RAM. He was included what there? 8 GB RAM. 8 GB RAM, 50,000. I thought of it that 8 GB RAM is okay, sufficient for me, but a bit slowness is going on in my system while executing the enterprise applications. In my enterprise applications, at one side I have to maintain Oracle database. At other side I have to maintain WebLogic server. At other side I have to maintain Eclipse IDE. At other side I have to maintain some Selenium tool. Like at a time, these many tools if you want to run in my system, definitely burden will be increased to my system. RAM may not be sufficient. So because of that reason, I thought of it that 8 GB RAM is not sufficient for my requirement. I want to increase that 8 GB RAM to 16 GB RAM minimum. Immediately, I have asked the computer shop representative, so can you please increase the RAM from 8 GB to 16 GB? Yeah, why not, sir? Just increase it 8 GB to 16 GB. Then immediately he changes the final quotation of final cost of the laptop. Previously it was 50,000, but because of this change, 8 GB RAM to 16 GB RAM, he changed the laptop cost from 50,000 to 55,000. Understand it? He changed that laptop cost from 50,000 to 55,000. What happened here? When memory is increased, automatically cost of the product is increased or not? Finally, what I'm telling to you, memory components are costful. Memory components are what they're costful. If the memory is increased, automatically cost of the product will be increased. It's a minimum common sense what I'm talking now. Not required to have too much technical to understand this point. Simple point. If the memory is more, definitely cost will be more. Memory is less, cost will be less. Yes, sir, got it or not? Because of this reason, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare their new programming language. It has to execute its applications within less memory. If the program is taking less memory for its applications, automatically cost of the end product will be reduced or not? If the cost of the end product is reduced, more customers will be increased for that particular product. So by having this kind of thinking, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It has to take less memory to execute its applications. Answer my point here. Now the point is what there? Less memory yields less memory in the sense like what there? Less cost to the end product. Less memory in the sense like what there? Less cost to the end product. Guys, all of you are following my points or not? I said to you already, the Java history is only for understanding, but quite interesting. All the points here we have to understand. If you understand this, somewhat common sense will be increased. That business is going to be increased. Thinking level will be increased. Try to understand it here. All these points, somewhat related, generalization, related points only. Less execution time, more performance. That you have to remember throughout the Java. Less memory, less cost for the end product. That we have to remember. Next, let's move on to the less power consumption. Less power consumption. Before understanding this less power consumption, let us understand one point here. All of you observe carefully. I want to give one simple example. Try to understand it now. If you observe your day-to-day lifestyle, day-to-day activities in our regular everyday activities, if you observe there, maybe at morning 6 or 7 might be used to wake up. Of course, might be your situation may be different. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, right? Or 6 or 8, 6 or 7. 6 o'clock, then better. That means everybody's in general 6 o'clock. Maybe in the worst case 6:30 or 7 o'clock. But anyway, time is coming there. That's why I want to give one small suggestion to all of you. But if you want to take it, it's okay. Otherwise, leave it, no problem. Simple suggestion. Nowadays, as per the situation in outside, the health conditions for everybody in outside, if you think about it, for everybody, every day, minimum 1 hour exercise is mandatory. At the age of 15 years, at the age of 20 years, heart attacks are coming for the people. Really, I'm telling you, even I've seen so many cases now. Anyway, then Java getting job, definitely it's going to be happen. But before that, health is also be very, very important. If you fit, then only will work with the software industry. If you sick, you will not work with software company. Simple analysis. Before all these things, health is also be very, very important. That's why what I'm telling you, minimum 1 hour for everybody, boys and girls, for everybody. Nowadays, must have exercise. Exercise in the sense, no need to join with any gym centers and all. If it is possible, wake up at 6 o'clock morning, 6 to 7 o'clock, walking, just walking. Walking, no need to go join with any gym, no need to go for some difficult exercises, no need to break your bones also there. The simple point is what? Just 1 hour exercise. Walking, just walking. Even my suggestion that walking is also be not in a single place. Try to select one place one day. Like this 4 places 4 days. Rotate. Come on road. Early morning 6 o'clock, no traffic, nothing else. Yeah, better. Do that. It's mandatory for everybody. Okay, sir. Good. That's a different story. But what I'm telling to you, observe carefully. Okay, fine. If you observe it, at morning 6 o'clock, you used to wake up. Immediately, what you used to do there, you may complete all formalities. Then that important task. Next one is what there. After completion of all formalities there, he has to go for breakfast or not. That is important, mandatory. Otherwise, problems will come, right? Okay, fine. Energy, sir. Energy. If you want to get energy, definitely we have to eat something, right? Breakfast is one thing. After that, after the breakfast, if you have any work there, you may go for work. Or if you have any classes there, you may come for the classes there. At exactly 1 o'clock or 1:30, might be used to go for what there? Lunch. Okay, fine. Lunch. After lunch, some people they used to go for sleeping. Some other people they used to go outside. Again, they'll restart their work until 5 o'clock. They might be in the work. When people are in working up to 5 o'clock, they want to go for some snacks or maybe some coffee or tea, something else at 5 o'clock. Again, after completion of that snacks or maybe coffee or tea, within half an hour, again they'll come back for work. Up to 7 or 8 o'clock, they used to go for work. Then once that work is completed, or maybe after 5 o'clock, if no work is there, just go for some playground, do some kind of play, the shuttle or ball badminton or maybe like what, cricket or volleyball, whatever it may be. Okay, fine. Then everything is going completed there. At night, 9 o'clock, 9:30, you may go for what there? Dinner. Understand it now? All right. This is going on every day, regularly. For everybody, it's a regular activities. The same thing is minimum, I think so. Understand it now? My point is, when the time is morning 6 o'clock, you used to wake up. Then after that, when you hungry, then we need to go for what there? Food, breakfast. Here my question is, how we got that information there? Who is giving that information to you to go for breakfast? You have to understand my question now. Who has given information to you to go for breakfast? Your parents are making a call to you regularly, asking to you, "Arey yaar, now go for breakfast first." You paid some amount to the hostel, no? So immediately you go for breakfast like this. Are you getting that notice from your parents? Do you think about your parents are not having any work, only giving intimations to you every day? No. Automatically you are getting that notification or not? Automatically you are going to for breakfast or not? Okay, breakfast is completed. What next? You may go for work, but who is giving that information to you? Now the breakfast is completed. You must go for work. Not even all these things, sir. At least today, now, if I complete this class, what is your next action? You have to stand up and you have to go outside of the class or not? Who is giving that information to you? Myself, I'm giving, no? Yes, sir, class is completed now. We have to leave from class. I have given this kind of information every day. No. Your brain is giving that notifications to you. When our brain is giving that notifications to you, automatically your hands, your leg, and your legs and your mouth are doing physical activities. Got it or not? If you think about your body, if you think about yourself, your brain is a software. Your two legs, your two hands, your mouth, all these are hardware components. When an instruction is generated from brain software, automatically all the hardware components are doing the action physically as per the instruction released by software. So here the point what we have to understand, software will recognize your requirement. Software will pass instructions to the hardware components. Then hardware components will perform the physical activity. Come again, what I said to you? Software will recognize, brain will recognize your requirement. Brain will pass instructions to all the hardware components, might be different parts of your body. Then your different parts of your body are performing physical activity. Your brain is giving information. Now we have to walk. Immediately instructions are passed to what? Legs and hands. Immediately you are taking movement and we are moving. Is that got or not? Similarly, remote controller. Not only remote controller, in every electronic device, two components are available. One is a software, another one is a hardware. Understand it clearly. First one is what there? Software. Second one is what there? Hardware. In my remote controller, when I click on 7 and 2 on my remote controller, software will listen. Software will listen your requirement. Software will understand your requirement. Then immediately, say for example, in my remote controller, red color button is available. What is the purpose of red color button? No, to stop the projector, to off the projector. My intention is what there? I want to off the projector. I click on red color button. Internally, software will listen. Red color button was clicked. Listen. That listened by software. Then immediately, software has passed that message to the hardware component. Immediately switch off this projector. Now hardware component will off this projector. That physical activity could be done by hardware component. Sir, got my point or not? In every electronic device, software and hardware both are available or not? User requirements are listened by software. Software will give an information to hardware. Hardware will perform what their physical activity. Physical activities are not performed by softwares. Got my point or not? Listening capability is not available with the hardware components from the user directly. Because of that reason, these two things are required. Software and hardware both are required. Observe carefully. When software is getting information from the user, is listening the information from the user, then it must interact with the hardware component or not. To interact with the hardware component, to make the hardware component to perform a physical activity, definitely some energy source is required or not. Come on, energy source is required or not. In the case of remote controller, what is that energy source? No, battery. Battery is what their energy source. This is in the form of power. The battery in the sense power only. Think of it. Battery is required. Clear? Understand it clearly? If the interaction is more in between software and hardware, energy consumption will be more. If the interaction is less in between software and hardware, automatically energy consumption will be less. Understand my point here? If software is interacted with the hardware more energy consumption is going on. When more energy consumption is going on, automatically the lifetime of the battery will be reduced or not. When the lifetime of the battery is reduced, automatically maintenance cost of the product will be increased or not. Come on. The point is very clear. So when the software is interacted more with the hardware component, automatically energy consumption will be more. When energy consumption will be more, automatically battery lifetime will be reduced. When battery lifetime is reduced, automatically lifetime of the, that means that maintenance cost of the end product will be increased. For example, software is interacted less with the hardware component, automatically less energy consumption is going to be happen. When less energy consumption is going on, lifetime of the battery will be increased. When lifetime of the battery is increased, automatically maintenance cost of the end product will be reduced. Got my point or not? So because of that reason, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language that must have less power consumption. Either we can say less power, or we can say like what their energy consumption. Energy consumption, they are the relations here we have to understand. Energy consumptions to less the end products maintenance cost, to less the end products maintenance cost. Yes sir, got my point or not? So now tell me, once again I'm asking there, what exactly the points we are understanding up to now. If you observe this, just I started Java history. What I given there, for what is the basic requirement of the Sun Microsystems to prepare Java programming language. In a single statement I've given. What is that requirement there? In 1991, Sun Microsystems had a requirement to prepare a new programming language in order to create softwares for the electronic consumer devices like cable TV switch boxes, remote controllers, and so on. For the above requirement, Sun Microsystems has gathered nearly 30 engineers as a team led by James Gosling and Patrick Norton. To create new programming language, Sun Microsystems has started a project named Green. Sun Microsystems wants to provide the following features in the new programming language. What features here? Simple, tight coded, architectural, neutral. What is the meaning of this simple programming language? Less execution time, less memory, less energy consumption or less power consumption. Less execution time will provide the advantages what there? Performance improvement, improve the performance of the end product. Less memory yields what? Less cost to the end product. Less power consumption in the sense like what there? Less maintenance cost of the end product. This is what exactly the meaning of like what there? A simple programming language. Clear or not? Right. Let's move on to the next one. What is this next one here? Now tell me, tight coded. The next one is like what there? Tight coded. Simple, sir. Very simple. Everybody, just concentrate here. That's enough. No need to spend too much time here. Just try to understand it. That's enough. Automatically, we can get more clarity. I think all of you might be aware about the C programming language. Am I right? C programming language, already you are aware. Nice. Okay, fine. At the same time, data structures is also be a subject. Are you aware about it? In your academics, you might be aware about the data structures. Data structures is one of the subjects. So some data structures are available. Stack, vector, maybe linked list, queues, graphs, and so on. So many. I don't require all of them. Just I required only one data structure, that is stack. All of you understand it clearly. If you take C programming language, in a C programming language, I want to perform stack operations. By using C programming language, I want to perform stack operations. Can you tell me what are the various stack operations? No, what are the various operations of the stack in general? In stack, what we can perform the operations? First one is what there? Push. What is the meaning of push? No, inserting an element into the stack. All right, next one is like what there? Apart from this, first one is what there? Push. Next one is what there? Pop. Pop in the sense what there? Remove and return top of the element. Remove and return top of the element. Nice. And the third one more operation is available. That is what there? Peek. Just to know what is the top of the element. Just finding the top of the element, but not removing. In the case of pop, remove and return. In the case of peek, only return, but not remove. Remove is not available with the peek. Peek in the sense, what is the top of the element? That's it. But pop, what is top of the element? Remove the top of the element. Push, insert the element as a top. Is that correct or not? These are the stack operations. Let's move on to the point here. By using C programming language, if we want to, by using C programming language, if we want to perform push operation in stack operations, push if you want to perform on an average 20 lines of code, here we are going to consume. Right, sir? Now tell me how many lines of code here we are going to consume there? 20 lines of code. LOC in the sense lines of code. 20 instructions we are going to take on an average. To perform push or pop operation, again 20 lines of code here we are going to take. Again, how many lines of code here we are going to take? No, 20 lines of code. To perform peek operation, again 20 lines of code here we are going to take. Again 20 lines of code. Now, total on an average, how many lines of code here we are going to consume to perform the stack operations? No, 60 lines of code here we are going to consume or not? Overall, how many instructions, how many lines of code here we are going to consume there? 60 lines of code here we are going to consume or not? That's it. Now this is in C stack operations. Overall 60 lines of code is required. 2 minutes, let's understand it. Java is a programming language which is already available. Of course, for Java only we are talking all these points, but assume it, Java is already existed. In Java, what is going to be happen? In Java, everybody put more concentration. In Java, what I am doing now. In Java, stack operations, if you want to perform, stack S is equal to new. Just if you know Java a little bit, I'm saying that I'm creating stack object for stack class. S dot push is a predefined function method. Yeah. Finish my push operation is completed. My push operation is completed. S dot pop, finish my pop operation is completed. S dot peek, finish my peek operation is completed. If Java is available, or else inside the Java, if you want to perform stack operations, these are the instructions here we have to follow. Now tell me, on total, how many instructions here we have consumed there in the case of Java? Just it is a matter of 4 lines of code. Just it is a matter of 4 lines of code. In C programming language, how many instructions here? No, 16. In the case of Java, how many instructions here? No, 4 lines of code. Understand? Of course, there's a difference I'm telling with you in between Java and C. There's also another difference now. But my conclusions here, what I'm telling to you, observe carefully. If any programming language takes more number of instructions, if any programming language takes more instructions to perform a particular task, then that programming language is called loose coded programming language. What is that? Loose coded programming language. If any programming language takes less number of instructions, if any programming language takes less instructions to perform a particular task, then that programming language is called a tight coded programming language. A tight coded programming language. Now tell me here, I made some comparison between C and Java. In between these two, which one is acting as loose coded programming language? C programming language. Which one is acting as tight coded programming language? Java. Java is acting as what there? Tight coded programming language. Now the point is like what I'm telling to you. If any programming language takes more instructions to perform a particular action or maybe task, then that programming language is called loose coded programming language. All right, sir. Now example here I'm telling to you C programming language. Example is what there? C. In the relative comparison, C++ also I can say that. Okay, C, C++, and so on. All right. Similarly, if any programming language takes less instructions to perform a particular action, then that programming language is called a tight coded programming language. Tight coded programming language. Example is what there? Java. All right, sir. So just example here I'm telling you. So now tell me, which one is better for our application development? Now tell me, is it loose coded or tight coded? Tight coded. Our coding part should be simple and short. You should not write bundles and bundles of instructions. If you write bundles and bundles of instructions, now nobody will look at our code. Your code should be simple and short and nice. The coding should be nice. In a proper format, we have to write the code. That's why Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language. It should be a tight coded programming language. Clear? Right, now coming to the next one here. The third one. What about this third feature here? Now tell me. Architectural neutral. Architectural neutral. Architectural neutral. Architectural neutral programming language. Right. Listen, all of you know. I'm asking one question to all of you now, try to answer for it. You're all coming here to learn Java programming language. Okay. Good. Up to this is okay, fine, nice. Are you fit in software industry? Sir, why you are asking this question now? Don't create doubts in our mind now. No, I'm not creating your mind. I want to clarify your doubt. Some of you are having this kind of question. That's why I'm asking this one. Okay, fine, whatever it may be. Are you fit for software industry? Don't say no. You have to say yes only. Yes? Okay, fine. That's okay, good. Next question. To say you are fit in software industry, first of all, tell me what is your background? Background in the sense, don't think about my father is MLA, my grandfather is MP. No, I am not asking about it. Your academic background. From which background we are coming? Do you think about all of you are coming from computer science background? How many of you are coming from computer science background? Please raise your hands. Fine. Unfortunate. This is unfortunate in this class now. In regularly in all my classes now, computer science students are very less in general, but unfortunately less members are available. That's why majority of people are coming from computer science background. But actually I'm telling to you, in not only in India, throughout the world, if you take any software company, in that software company number of software engineers are available. If you observe all the software engineers, among the software engineers, only 15% of the software engineers are coming from computer science background. Remaining 80 to 85% of the software engineers are coming from non-IT background. It's very clear analysis. If you come at my morning batch, there 10 o'clock batch, huge crowd is there. If you come at my morning 10 o'clock batch, I ask you the same question. Only hardly Out of 400 members, no, only 50 to 55 members are from computer science backgrounds. All remaining members are coming from different backgrounds. So even if you are getting any thought, any doubt in your mind, I'm not from computer science background, so I'm not fit for the software industry. If you have any such kind of thinking in your mind there, first of all, come out from it. Software industry is an open platform for every graduate, irrespective of your background. Some examples I'm telling you. Nowadays, degree students are getting jobs in very good companies. In the degree, their specification may be physics also, maybe some chemistry also, maybe some mathematics also, not only from computers. BSc computer science, okay, fine, no problem. Apart from that computer science in BSc, some other people are available, some other branch people are available. They're also be getting jobs in software companies. Not only that, maybe in the future we can think about it. Maybe in the next 10 years, after 10 years of time, next year, maybe intermediate students may enter into the software industry. Already the steps were taken already by some companies. As per my previous company, I worked with HCL Technologies previously at Chennai. Then as I observe it, recently HCL Technologies have conducted their own academic calendar for their students. They adopted some students from 10th class. They provided their own calendar, academic calendar, and they are giving their own training for the 10th class students. What is their intention on? If the 10th class student is available, next 2 years of time, if HCL is giving training on programming languages, within 1 year or 2 years of time, they'll be ready with the programming immediately after completion of their +2. They will start programming. They'll start jobs in the software industry. Yeah, already they have taken steps. Not only HCL Technologies, so many companies. They have started their own academics. They have taken steps towards that academics, and they have started already their journey with academics and with academic students. See, nowadays, at present, if any student wants to enter into the software industry, what they have to do? They have to complete 10th class. They have to complete +2, up to +2, or maybe intermediate. After that, they have to write one MCET exam. Unfortunate thing is that for that MCET examination, they have to take one long-term coaching after intermediate. Of course, nowadays it's not necessary. Everybody is getting seats in engineering. 4 years BTech, they have to spend time. Straightly, if I talk now, what you learn in 4 years BTech, sir, now tell me. Is a time waste process or not? After +2, if you take the training for Java programming language, within 6 months of time, you should be ready as a full stack Java developer. Then you are ready to work with any company. Understand it? What I'm telling you now. Companies are doing the same thing now. After that only you are entering into the software company after BTech. Maybe some people after MTech. Understand it? Kena? So whatever it may be, here the point is like what there. My straightforward information, my sincere, my clear-cut conclusion, what I'm telling to you. To enter into the software industry, your background is not at all important. Your background is not at all important. Even though you are coming from electronics, electrical, mechanical, civil, no issues. You have an opportunity in software industry. Always red carpet is ready for all of you to enter into the software industry. No need to think too much about it, your background and all these things. But more internal, if I talk now, your academic score is giving entry point for the software or entry point for the interview only. Even after entering into the interview process, on the basis of your talent only, that job will come to you. Of course, you are having 95% in our academics. Okay, you are eligible to come for interview directly. You are coming to that interview. In front of that interviewer, if you are not performing well, you will not be selected. Companies will not select you. Understand it clearly. Even though you are having 98% in our academics, nobody will look at you if you are not performing well. That's a punch here. But how we got that much of score is a different story. But in front of that interviewer, we have to answer for the questions what interviewers are asking with you. That we have to do. Then only you are going to be selected with that companies. Otherwise, you are not going to be selected with the companies. Okay, fine. This is one point I'm telling to you. And the second thought is what there? This is a bridge time. After completion of your academics, before getting the job, this is a bridge time. This is a crucial time. this time we have to utilize properly, then only you are able to get job. If you do hard work for the next 6 months of time, your next 25 to 30 years of life will be very simple. If you relaxed in this particular time, next 25 to 30 years of time is totally difficulties, flaws. Understand it clearly what I'm telling you now. So because of that reason, this time is very, very important. Okay, keep aside all these things, Now my example is what? Now I'm taking Java classes, You're attending demo classes, for example. If I put a board in outside of this classroom, what is that board there? Only computer sciences students are eligible to attend my Java classes. If I put a board there in outside of my class now, how many members will attend my classes? More members or less members? Definitely less members. Less members will attend my classes. Understand the case number one. Case number two. If I put a board in outside, any graduate is eligible to attend my class. Any graduate can attend my class. If I put that type of board there in outside, how many members will attend my classes there? More members, definitely more members. So if my services are required to the more members, definitely more demand will come for my classes. When more demand will come for my classes there, if my classes are required by more members, if my classes are required by less members, less demand is going to be happen. I get my point or not? If I put a condition for the student to attend my classes, no, less members will come. If I'm not having any conditions over the students to attend my classes there, more members will come. The same thing is going on with architectural neutral. Understand it clearly. If any programming language is dependent on the hardware system, a particular hardware system, if any programming language is compatible with only one particular hardware system, then that programming language is called hardware dependent programming language. In other words, architectural dependent programming language. But if any programming language allows its applications to run under all the hardware systems, if any programming language is compatible with all the hardware systems, it is open for every hardware system, it is able to run its applications on all the hardware systems, then that programming language is hardware independent programming language. In other words, it is called as what there? Architectural neutral programming language. Then which one will have very good demand in outside? Is it hardware dependent or hardware independent? Definitely independent programming languages are having very good future in outside. Hardware independent programming languages are having very good future in outside. So because of this particular reason here, what is the point I'm telling there? Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new programming language that should be compatible with all the hardware systems. It should not be compatible with only one particular hardware system. It must allow its applications to run under all the hardware systems. You are not aware about it. When we are installing Java software in our system, there we are able to get a message. What is that message there? 3 billion devices runs Java at present. How many devices? No, 3 billion devices, different devices, like mobile phones, like computers, like what their parking meters, like what their signaling systems, like different devices, like what their printers, like different electronic devices. Now 3 billion types of devices are using Java. Understand my point? Why it is the case now? Why? Because Java is what their hardware independent programming language. It can run its applications on any of the hardware systems. Right. That's why Sun Microsystems wants to prepare its programming language, new programming language as what their architectural neutral programming language. If any programming language allows its applications to run under all the hardware systems, then that programming language is called an architectural neutral programming language. Then that programming language is what there? An architectural neutral programming language. That's it. So this is exactly the meaning of like what there? Architectural neutral programming language. Right, sir? Now this is the clear-cut analysis here we have to understand. Totally, now tell me, What features that Sun Microsystems wants to see in their new programming language? Three features. What are the three features? No. First one is what there? Simple. Second one is what there? Tight coded. Third one is what? Architectural neutral. Now tell me, what factors are included inside the simple programming language? Less execution time, less memory, less power consumption. What is the meaning of tight coded? Exactly. Less number of finish sections and more task. Less finish section and more implementation. All right. So next one is what is the meaning of architectural neutral? Allows to execute in all the hardware systems. Allows to execute its application in all the hardware systems. So this is the meaning of like what there? Architectural neutral programming language. Is it? All of you are getting clarity or not? So these are the three features here what they want to implement in their new programming language. Still implementation was not started. Still preparation is not started. Just they are thinking about what they want to include in the new programming language. Got or not? And finally, in 1991, Sun Microsystems has started to prepare new programming language. And finally, in 1991, Sun Microsystems has started to prepare new programming language. Okay, Sun Microsystems has completed the new programming language at the end of 1992. They took nearly 2 years of time to prepare this new programming language. At the end of 1992, they completed the new programming language preparation. All right, that's okay, fine. New programming language was created at the end of the 1992. Right, sir. In 1991, Sun Microsystems started to prepare new programming language. Sun Microsystems has completed the new programming language at the end of 1992. Clear? Okay, fine. Then after that, after creating this new programming language, Sun Microsystems wants to give a name. Sun Microsystems, see, after creating a new programming language, name is required or not? Some name they want to provide. Then immediately, Sun Microsystems have asked to all the members of the Sun Microsystems suggest a particular name for the new programming language. Then everybody they are searching for a name for this programming language. Then who is the key person in this total team now? James Gosling. James Gosling. Got my point or not? All right. James Gosling has suggested a name, work to the new programming language. Understand it, no? James Gosling has suggested a name work to the new programming language, but Sun Microsystems has rejected the James Gosling suggestion. Why, sir? Why Sun Microsystems has rejected James Gosling's suggestion? Even though he is a key person actually, but Sun Microsystems has not accepted that name for the programming language. Why? What is the reason for it? No. Why? Because the name work is already an existing programming language name. The name work is already an existing programming language name. Has it got my point or not? All right, their thinking is what there. If we give the same name to the new programming language, everybody is thinking about it. This is an extension of the old programming language work. We lost our identity about our new programming language. Right, because of that reason, that Sun Microsystems has rejected that name. Good. Later, all the Sun engineers have suggested a name Java to the new programming language. Later, all Sun Microsystems, all Sun engineers have suggested a name Java to the new programming language. Okay, suggested a name Java to the new programming language, where here the Sun Microsystems has accepted the name Java and given the name Java to the new programming language and and announced the name Java to the new programming language and announced the name Java to the new programming language. That's it. All of you are following the points what I'm telling to you. Even though James Gosling is a key person in that entire team, is a lead for this entire green project team, but still Sun Microsystems has not accepted his opinion. Then later on, all the Sun engineers have given a name to the new programming language. That is what their Java. How Sun engineers have given this name? How Sun engineers have suggested that name? There's a background story. I'm not going to write that one, but for your information, I'm telling you. Understand it now? While doing this green project, while preparing this new programming language, all the Sun engineers are used to take a brand labeled coffee at their cafeteria. In their canteen, they have taken a brand labeled coffee. The name of that coffee is Java. Simple. Understand it, Kiana? More internal, if you speak now, Java is one of the island name in Indonesia. Java is one of the place name in Indonesia. It's an island in Indonesia. Even you might be seen some news reports in outside. Might be East Java, West Java. Some earthquakes are going on frequently there. You can identify it. It is one of the island name in Indonesia. That place is famous for the coffee trees, agriculture, coffee trees agriculture. There with the land name they prepared coffee powder to the market. With the land name Java coffee powder. Unfortunately or fortunately, by the time of preparing new programming language, Sun Microsystems cafeteria has used the same coffee powder. That is what their Java coffee powder to prepare Java coffee. Then Sun engineers have taken the same coffee and they thought of it, they want to give this name to the new programming language. Finally, they have given this name, they have suggested this name to the new programming language. Sun Microsystems has accepted that and announced that the name of the new programming language is what? Sun Java programming language. Remember one point, in outside, unnecessarily some people are giving abbreviations for JAVA. I'm deciding, I'm giving clarity here itself. No abbreviations are available for the name JAVA. I'm telling to you, it's a coffee powder name. No abbreviations are available. It's a place name in Indonesia. That place is famous for coffee powder. That coffee powder was released with the place name. That's why the name for programming language is what there? Java. That's it. We don't have any abbreviations now. No need to think about any abbreviation for JAVA. Don't believe that kind of abbreviations. If you have any doubt, just open Java documentation, check right from first page to last page. You never see this kind of abbreviations there. But this entire history is there in the Java. In Sun Microsystems papers, if you observe there, Java papers, in the history of the Java, entire story is available. Everybody understand it here. Finally, name was provided to the Sun Microsystems. Name was provided to the new programming language. That's okay, fine. All right, sir. When the new name was given to this new programming language, what next one get? Then immediately, at the end of 1992 only, at the end of 1992, Sun Microsystems has provided, has prepared the first product on the basis of the Java programming language, that is star 7. Come again. At the end of 1992, Sun Microsystems has prepared the first product on the basis of the Java programming language. That is what there? Star 7. It is a remote controller. It is a remote controller. It is a remote controller. Okay. It's a failure product. No customer is identified to take this product. Sun Microsystems has waited nearly 1.5 years of time to find the customer. Come again. We are at the end of the 1992. Sun Microsystems has prepared the first product on the basis of the Java programming language, that is star 7. At the remote controller, it's a failure product. No customer is identified to take this product. Sun Microsystems has waited nearly 1.5 years of time, 1.5 years to find the customer, to find the customers. Okay, fine. 1.5 years of time. At the end of 1992, 1.5 years of time, in the sense up to mid of 1994. Am I right or not? All right. So now, in the mid of 1994, there is a boom for the www, or maybe there is a boom for the www as part of internet, as part of what their internet, where in the www the key component is browser. In the middle of 1994, there was a boom for the www as part of internet, where in a www the key component is what their browser. In the mid of 1994, in the mid of 1994, there is a browser, there is a browser, there is a browser named as Mosaic. There is a browser named as Mosaic, which was provided by the Mark Anderson, who is an UG student, as part of UG in the sense undergraduation, BTech final year, as part of his internship, program, who prepared Mosaic browser. That means only this browser is existed by the time, right? Understand my point here? In the mid of 1994, there was a boom for the www as part of the internet, where in www the key component is browser. In the mid of 1994, there was a browser named as Mosaic, which was provided by the Mark Anderson, who is an undergraduate student, as part of his internship program, who prepared Mosaic browser. Right, so this is a story. More information: to prepare this browser, he took nearly $6.25 per hour to prepare this browser. Okay, clear. Now it was completed. After completion of this, after understanding this particular one, then what next one here we have to understand it now. So finally, there is a boom for these browsers, but our first product on Java is a failure. But there is a boom for this browser. Then exactly, then in the mid of 1994, Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new browser and that responsibility was taken by Jonathan Payne and Patrick Nathan. Again, Patrick Nathan is a key person here who took this responsibility again. Sun Microsystems wants to prepare a new browser, and that responsibility was taken by Jonathan Payne and Patrick Nathan. Jonathan Payne and what there? Patrick Nathan. Understand it clearly. All right. Then what happened here now? At the end of 1995, Sun Microsystems has prepared a browser named as Hard Java. The name of the browser is what there? Hard Java. It is a successful product. And having more customers. Right, sir. So from this point onwards, then what happened here? No. So due to the right, sir. At the end of 1995, Sun Microsystems prepared a browser named Hard Java. It is a successful product and having and has more customers. That's okay, fine. Right, sir. Request, due to the request from the customers, Sun Microsystems has introduced Java programming language in the year 1996, January month, 27th. Due to the requirement of the customer, Sun Microsystems has introduced Java programming language in the year 1996, January month 27th. Date is what the 27th on this particular year. The Java programming language was provided. From that point onwards, one by one, all the versions are introduced there. At present, the Java 20th version might be available. In a few days of time, might be we are able to get what there Java 21st version also. That's it, guys. Now, this is the entire story of the Java programming language. Just again, I'm telling there, just knowledge purpose only, this information I've given as a minimum responsibility for every Java developer to understand what happened to release this Java programming language. Okay, fine. This concept is completed. Next, tomorrow onwards, I'm planning to talk about like what there, somewhat technical. The next topic is what there, differences between Java and others. Others in the sense like what there, C and C++ programming language. That should be another topic. The second topic in our introduction part here that I'm going to discuss with you clearly. Just if you have time, at the end of the day, might be today night, just look one time about this total content here, have some information. That's it. No need to think too much about this one. Tomorrow onwards, technical concepts, somewhat programmatic, that means technical concepts we are going to understand, somewhat interesting concepts we are going to understand the differences between Java and other programming languages. Okay, right, sir. That's all for today. Then we'll meet on tomorrow. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yes, guys. And demo closer completed, guys. Then I think some of you are asking about this admission process, might be cost of this courses and everything. Please directly we can connect with our admin people there. This is the number for our admin people. Just please try to contact with this number regarding this admission process. But I'm not related with the money and all these things. Just try to contact with our admin people like this through this number. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay. Fine.